Right back at the Grady and Big Joe show. 1070 The Fan, Michael Grady, Big Jose, and we are joined now by Gabby Chaves, one of the rookies here, one of two rookies here for the fastest rookie luncheon in the field for the Indianapolis 500. How's it going, brother? How's this month been so far?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a great month. Obviously, my first in the Indy 500. Just really enjoying myself out there, going really fast. I can't complain. When I talk to other guys, other friends out there, and they ask me, hey, what did you do yesterday? Or well, just ran a couple laps at 230 miles an hour.
Right. Now you qualified at 222, though. How disappointing is that?
Yeah, it was very disappointing. In Fast Friday, we were fourth without a draft, so basically on our own, which is as close as you can get to your qualifying efforts. We put in a lap of just under 230 miles an hour, and that put us fourth fastest overall, fastest Honda, and we were very happy. We're very, very happy with that effort. We really thought we were in contention to go at least for the top 10, and obviously with safety being the priority after a couple of accidents. We were told we had to turn down the power. We were told to decide between race trim and qualifying trim and find the sweet spot. So we couldn't go all out in our qualifying car, and we kind of had to be a little conservative, and we opted to take the route that would allow us to have a better race car than a qualifying car, and obviously that hurt us a little bit. But at the end of the day, we're in the show, and we got a really strong race car.
You do. It's going to be exciting to watch it, too. The Honda thing. Are we making too much out of the Honda? You got something for Chevrolet in this thing? It seems to be dominated by Chevrolets when it comes to the horsepower and that. But when you come to the finish of the races, now I know there were road courses versus ovals, but no, everybody has an equal shot to win this thing. Yeah,
I think it's just it's different philosophies. The Chevys have always been known for having the bigger horsepower numbers. And at the end of the race, sometimes you don't see that dominated purely by Chevys, just because in the Hondas we're getting a little bit better efficiency with the fuel economy and better tire preservation and management. And so I think that's a lot of that's going to come into play when we get to the race. I mean, it's 500 miles, and even if you can get away with one less stop, that's going to make a huge difference.
Now, you're no rookie out here, though, and you've won on this track. You're a Freedom 100 winner. In the 4 abreast one 2 years ago, where were you?
Yeah, I was the one that initiated that in turn 3 with the 3 wide through turn 3 and 4, and then I just got beat there at the end with I always say, heck, I want to talk to the track engineers and tell them, hey, you guys should have put the finish line 10 feet before where it is, and I would have won the race 2 years in a row.
Yeah. So how much did that experience help you? Being out here and everything, even though there is such the car is much different from the Indy Lights.
Yeah, the car is very different, but I think what's really good is that you get into a rhythm, and you almost know what you want out of the car, even if it's a different car. You're looking for the same feeling of being confident but being aggressive at the same time with your car, and you want to have the car very free, trying to have the least amount of resistance in the corner, obviously the highest speeds in the straights. So it's the same principle. You're always looking for that same feeling. So obviously much different speeds, cars different as well, but at the end it really does help to have those few years of development.
When did you know this was what you wanted to do? When did you know that you wanted, and considering all the dangers involved, when did you say this is definitely what I want to do?
Well, I used to be a tennis player, so I grew up playing tennis since I was 3-4 years old, since I could. Since I started running and walking, and I could pick up a racket. And when I turned 11 years old, my grandpa took me and a couple of friends for my birthday to this go-kart place. And I got in and I said, "Wow, this is kind of really cool." and later on that day, my dad made a bet that I bet he regretted for a while there, which he said, "Let's race. If you beat me, I'll buy you a go-kart. We'll go racing." And if he beats me, then we just go on with our normal lives. He said, "All right, Dad, let's do it." I ended up overlapping him a couple times, and he lived up to his word. We got a go-kart. Just kind of doing the weekend warrior thing, and I just started doing really well, and I really, since that first day in a go-kart, I just kind of fell in love with it, and just, I decided that's what I wanted to pursue, and just work my way from there.
Now that put a big smile on your mom's face, right? Because she's a racer.
I'm not sure how she felt about it at first. She was a racer. Yeah. Her family was all involved in racing. My grandpa, my uncle raced, even my aunt raced, my mom raced, and they were all huge motorsports fans as well. But she also, as a mom, she knew the dangers involved. So at the beginning, she was, she would freak out every race, and she also knew how hard it was to really make a career out of it. Very few are lucky enough and fortunate enough to keep going and find themselves where I am today. So it's been a blessing. It's been awesome. It's been a great journey. But I think now we can all look back and really, smile at the memories we've built on it.
The accidents that have happened this past week out here have been pretty spectacular. Does it make you worry? Does it give you pause to think about how fortunate you are to do what you're doing? But then every time you step into that car, it could be, something bad could happen. Is that in the back of your mind more so when you see your friends and some of these people out here going through these horrific crashes?
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to see, people you care about and people, you're constantly around get hurt, Some pretty bad accidents. I know everyone's trying to do whatever they can to make our cars, our drivers, and our fans safer when it comes to race day. So that's always good. That's always good that we're pushing in that direction. But usually you're not thinking about it so much. But when you have a string of events kind of like this, it kind of works its way into your head, and and you start questioning yourself. But at the end of the day, you know what you're involved. You know what you're getting into every time you step on the race car and you're driving over 230 miles an hour, and you know the risk you're taking. But this is what we do, and this is what makes us different.
Before we wrap up, and this is the case in any sport, whether it's going to the Super Bowl or playing in a big-time NBA or NHL or Major League Baseball game, hearing the national anthem, the pageantry, everything that goes involved, the festivities leading up to the event. Have you played this over in your mind? Are you blocking it out and just taking it day to day, or are you thinking about, man, going out on pit row and getting started for the race, this is going to be unbelievable?
I have thought about it. I try not to. But I can only control my mind so much. Especially in my first time. I'm sure as I get the experience, I'll be able to handle it in a better way. But obviously, I try to take it as much as I can with just one day at a time, one thing at a time. But sometimes you can't help it, and sometimes you just start thinking about how it's going to be, what you're going to feel. And it really is overwhelming, and I'm sure it's going to be overwhelming when it comes to the actual race day.
What will ratings be in Bogota, Colombia, as your family and friends and everybody tune in?
And I can tell you the whole country stops for this event. Ever since Juan Pablo back in kart days in Formula One, and I remember being 6-7 years old, waking up at 3-4 in the morning to watch the races live on TV with the whole family. Just get the whole family together, and it's the whole country stops. This is motorsports is huge.
No question. How do you like that Apple Watch, by the way?
I just got it actually a couple of days ago. Yeah, a gift from my girlfriend, and I'm still learning how to use it, but so far it's pretty good.
There you go. She's a keeper.
Yeah.
She knows her watch.
That's what I said.
Thanks for swinging by, brother. That's Gabby Chaves, rookie here at the Indy 500. Back for more in just a moment here on 1070 The Fan.